Hi, we're going to do the Brother LS2125I today. My granddaughter, Serenity, she's 11 years old. She got one of those little Chinese toy ones. We could not get it to work, and I told her there's not any reason you can't have a full-size machine. This has a carrying handle. It's not very heavy. So we are going to do a video so she does not live in the same town I do. She can take it home and she'll be able to look at the video and know how to thread it and how to take care of it. So the first thing, I have a cheat sheet here. So we're going to thread the bobbin. Let's see, I've taken it apart to do that. And the switch for the lights right here on the side. So we're going to take everything apart and start at the beginning so that you see all the step-by-step instructions. Now this, oh great, is this one of these ones I can't find the end of the thread? Nope, I found it. Okay, at the top of the machine there is actually a diagram of how to do the bobbin, and I'm still going to show you, because you go this way, you go around this little round thing, and there's a diagram that shows that, and then you're going to put the thread through one of these little holes, maybe. Oh great, I can't see that good. Okay, well, it's not going to go on because I can't see. So I'm just going to wind a few things, click it on, push it over until it clicks in, and then you turn this wheel to unconnect it. See, it's not, usually I put it through the hole in the bobbin, and I can't get this one in. I always hold the top so that it doesn't come off. Sometimes this gets going so fast it'll fly, so I always put my finger on top. Okay, so you pull it back. It's unhooked. Okay, now we're going to do the bobbin. You stick it in there. There's a little crevice. You're going to pull that through that crevice, and it's going to go up, and it's going to be up at the top. So let me do it again. Put it in. Put it through the crevice. Pull it up. Whoops, it just broke. Pull it up. And then it goes up at the top. You know it's threaded right. Then you're going to pull this up and stick it right back in there. Now we're going to thread this. There's also a diagram on how to thread this. Start here. You're going to go through this little loop, down, around the tensioner, up, around the, the hooky thing. I don't know what that's called. Down, and into the needle. Wow. I actually threaded it. Okay, now you're going to hold this, and you're going to turn the wheel one thing and catch the bobbin thread. And when you catch it, you can just pull it up, and there's your bobbin thread. And you're going to pull both of those pieces. You should have one on the bottom and then the one that got threaded on the top. Close that up. And let's see how we did. Okay, now we're going to attempt to sew. Okay. Oh, now if the thread is stuck like that, you just wheel this up till this thing right here is up at the top, and then it'll let you pull it. Okay, so now the top and the bottom don't have all these big loops in it, so that means it's threaded right. We're going to show you, we're going to take this bobbin out. We're going to put it up there for storage. And now we're going to put a different bobbin in with a different thread. Do the same thing, loop it up. You should never ever have to do anything hard. If you're pulling too hard, something's not right. So now we're going to sew. Oh my goodness. The other day I tried to sew and the bobbin was a different thread than the top and it would not sew. So every time you sew, you want the top thread and the bottom to be the same kind of thread. And I usually use Coats & Clark because it you cannot break it very easy. This thread up here I can break with my fingers. This is correct. This is correct. This is what your sewing should look like. Nice and even. Nice and even. Both sides look the same. So that means, and usually when I'm doing making sure a sewing machine works, I will actually leave this in here. It's not working now. Great. Somehow it came unthreaded. So we're going to put the good thread on so that both things match. This matches. And usually I have the thread going out that way from the back. Thread it down, around, through the hooky thing, and then back through your needle. Just like that. Now let's see if it's working again. Yep. Working perfectly. Still got both threads. Okay, another something that you need to know. If you're doing your needle, I can't even take the needle out, and I don't have my pliers. There is a flat side on one side of the needle. When you take off a broken needle, you make sure that flat area is the same way as the one you took it off. If it isn't, nothing will work. So make sure that flat area is facing the same way if you break a needle, because it'll still be up in here. And you just undo this with a screwdriver, and that needle will come right out. This is called the pressure foot. There's a little handle right here. That's what makes that go up and down. If this is not down, this helps hold your thread or your fabric. If it's not down, it won't sew correctly, but it helps hold your thread. When you sew, you want to do a seam. You don't want to do it on the edge. You want to leave a little bit. And these little marks show you how big. So if I want a seam that big, oh, this is also the backwards. When you start a seam, you go backwards a few stitches and then frontwards. And it intertwines it and doesn't let it come apart. And see, that's what that looks like. It just holds the seam together. But you want a little bit of a seam so it doesn't come undone. Let me see what else is on my list. Thread machine, needle replacement, on and off switch. Okay, on your tension. This is your tensioner. Right now we have it perfect. I'm going to make a teeny dot. In case somebody turns this, my granddaughter will know exactly where that's supposed to be. If this gets all out of thing, it's very hard to get this. This stitches won't even work if this is not right. This is what makes the tension on the upper thread, so it'll sew right. There's a carrying handle that's made into the machine right here. And then this, you can put your thread in, needles, and it just clips right onto the front. And this is usually what gets lost when you're moving it around. You want to try to keep that piece because it makes it really nice when you're sewing. And I think I've covered almost everything. This machine has all kinds of different stitches, does buttonholes, but that's for another video. This is at 6 where it shows the straight stitch. And right now it's just on a medium stitch. It's on the 6. If you turn this knob more, it's going to be a bigger stitch. And these other knobs right here are for some of this fancy stuff. So we won't even bother with that. But I will put a tiny dot there just so she knows that's where you do regular stitching. And I think that covers everything. Voila!
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do the bobbin and then I'll put it in. Drop that. Oh, I didn't know you were on. I was going to take it off and put it on.
Okay. That's the part I wanted to see, was taking it out and putting it back in.
It shows it winds one way. Okay, ready to put it back in?
Let's see.
I can't see because it's right in front of me. I can't see what I'm doing.
Mainly the flat side has to be a certain way.
Okay.
That information.